This is important for someone watching. You actually relapse long before you actually pick up a drink or a drug.
Mm-hmm.
I'll share something regarding my last time in treatment. I didn't say it before, but I actually relapsed when I came out. I did a month there. I was working with a bunch of different counselors in there. I was writing, I was reading, I was giving it 105%. When I came out, I had a few days off, and then I took over a food truck, a very popular food truck in the city, and I served all week. You know, I prepped for 2 days. I worked 3 days all weekend. Prior in life, I had developed a reward system.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas and you're nodding, you agree with, what this is about. Where like if I performed or if I finished work or a catering or did anything, I would reward myself with, escaping, getting high, numbing myself. As I finished at 5 p.m. on that Sunday, a timer went off in me and it's like, get high, get high. Immediately, what do? I do what I'm told to do. Text my sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't call him. I texted him. It took him 3 minutes to text me back. In that 3 minutes, I had already organized with the dealer.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I didn't call him. We always say in the program too, when someone relapses, we're not focusing on what they were doing. We're focusing on what they were not doing.
Mm-hmm.
And now if someone relapses, if I have a sponsee or, if someone in my life, I hear that, it's like, what were you not doing? And back in when I was opening up that restaurant, coming out of treatment, back in 2015, I know we're jumping around a lot of dates, but, I wasn't doing anything I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't checking in with my sponsor. I wasn't working the big book. I wasn't talking to my conception of a higher power, which is the ever expanding universe, by the way. I wasn't meditating. I wasn't checking in with people from the program.
Mm-hmm.
I was going places I shouldn't have been going. I was going to bars. We always say people, places, and things. I was doing everything I was not supposed to be doing. And lo and behold, because I put my recovery in the rearview mirror, when the time came and when I had a panic attack or whatever happened, boom, I went off and I relapsed, right? But that time and coming out of treatment, I had already made the decision. And that was a really tough relapse for me coming out of treatment because that was the most guilt and shame that I had ever felt.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd just come out of a month proving to myself and everybody that I could do this. I just spent a month doing this and I thought I finally had this thing covered. But a few days after I relapsed, my sponsor said, have you ever given this program 100%? And I said, no. And he said, why don't you do that? And I'm here today.
Yeah.